When we talk about COVID, it's important again for us to continue this conversation. Many individuals are beginning to think that that's no longer an issue, that we no longer have to worry about. What I keep telling individuals is people are getting sick. At this moment, in the last 24 hours, at testing facilities that the county is contracting with, there's still 26 new cases in the last 24 hours. No recent deaths, but in general, we've had 548 deaths. The number increased really quickly over the last couple of months. And at the moment, we are lucky that we haven't had anybody else pass on as a result of COVID. But we also know that a lot of people are not getting tested. So that 26 number may not be, most likely is not accurate. And it is important for us to keep this in mind, because what we want is we want to make sure to keep our neighbors, or friends, or coworkers, or children, and ourselves safe. We're talking about making sure that people with asthma, diabetes, people who are overweight, people who have heart issues, these individuals need to be taken care of. And so we must make sure that we are vaccinated in order to be able to take care of ourselves. The elderly, luckily, haven't suffered as many deaths as they could possibly have, because they all got vaccinated as soon as the vaccine was made available. It's interesting, again, how many individuals have chosen not to get vaccinated. We're talking about 5.8% of the population ages 5 and older who are still not vaccinated. We're talking about thousands of them. And yet the elderly continue to survive. They want to live, and this is because they choose to get vaccinated. Therefore, we want to remind you again to stay healthy, to stay safe, to keep your distance, 6 feet, wear a mask, wash your hands, is the best recommendation that we can give the community. You can go to socoemergency.org, and there you can find information about vaccines, testing, treatment, and isolation. Remember, there are treatments if you get tested and test positive, so that you can avoid some of the bad symptoms that can happen with COVID. We also want to remind our community of the extreme cold situations that we're still dealing with. And so I was just outside right before the show, outside the facilities of KBBF. And again, the temperature is going down really quickly. And so we want to remind you that there are places where people can be referred to. The Gurnville location, which is the West County Community Services, runs a location at the former Bank of America building. In Petaluma, COTS, the community on the shelterless, at 900 Hopper Street, and they have a location from 6 p.m. to 7 a.m. In Santa Rosa, Social Advocates for Youth. In the city of Sonoma, we have Homeless Action Sonoma at 867 West Napa Street in Sonoma. And there are other locations in the community. You can call 211 for the nearest location. And I mentioned this because some of us still have sweaters and jackets that perhaps we don't need, but they're just taking space in our closets. Make sure that you take them to locations that I mentioned, and don't just give them away to other nonprofits that end up reselling the items and making a profit. It's a wonderful thing to support a nonprofit, but the people that really need it shouldn't have to buy these products. Again, you can get much more information at socoemergency.org. It's important that you find the information that you need in those locations. And with that, we're going to take a second to take a break, and we're going to be back with more information for you.